Hello, my name is Jenna Bosiger, and you're watching Cryptic Cryptids. On this episode, I finally found the quartz mine tunnel slash cave that goes very deep into the mountain in Hemet. And I did go all the way inside, and it goes very, very deep inside, which is very brave because in Southern California, that's the last place you'd want to be if there was an earthquake. Although it looks like it survived pretty well the test of time. Really love it out there. It's really beautiful, and I would hate to see anything happen to it. Right below the cave is the Valley of the Mastodons, and there's a small group of rocks left where there's evidence these we can all agree these rocks have a very old ancient history, and there's evidence of man having been there for a long time ago. You can see these circles where I guess they were making corn, but I don't know why they're perfect circles like that, but they're very interesting in the stone like that. And some of these rocks are taking on shapes of sea monsters and having these undulating shapes. You can really see it from above when I climbed a mound that is in the area. I'm also seeing things in these rocks that I wanted you to see as well. So I went on the internet and got some pictures of things that looked similar to what I was seeing, and I superimposed them on top of the rocks so that you could get a better idea of what I'm seeing. And I left, the rock showing through so that you could see that these things look really similar to whatever it is that I'm comparing it to. Mostly animals and people. And what I'm picturing, okay, we all know 65 million years ago that the dinosaurs went extinct from either a comet or a meteor hitting somewhere around the Yucatan Peninsula. And, you imagine just these dumb dinosaurs that, all of a sudden, it happens. Well, maybe there were a lot of really intelligent giant creatures on the planet back then, and they did know that it was going to happen. And they saw this thing coming, getting closer and closer. And what do? They gathered with their family and their friends and their pets, and they huddled together and they just watched this thing happen, and there was nothing they could do. But there's just a huge assortment of different giant creatures at this place, and it's not the only place. There's a lot of evidence of this mud flood having taken place, and it probably happened with the flood they talk about in the Bible 65 million years ago. Think of how worn down those petrified mud flood creatures would be 65 million years later, when we say that civilized humans have only been around 4 million years, but that was 65 million years ago. So that's a lot of time passed. So who knows how old this cave is either? Who knows who made it? I mean, sure, you think that, just the pioneers made it, but it could be much, much, much older. This whole area has a lot of old ancient history and dinosaur bones and fossils and things yet to be discovered, although that may no longer be the case actually. Because on my way out of town, driving by the Valley of the Mastodon, through the Valley of the Mastodon, the Winchester Valley, I saw a lot of destruction. And, you can tell that I'm very happy doing this and in this area, and I hate to see it taken away, and I hate to see somebody build a house on that mound. And I just felt very fortunate to be able to walk around out there, and there's so many animals that also need that area to, do whatever they're doing, and all they're going to put there are track homes. It's just track homes, track homes, track homes. Can't we just stop? Isn't enough enough? Right there is where the crop circle was. Look at this little sub cave. This isn't even the main cave. It's got this really interesting shape to it, and I want to go back there and clean up all of the trash. It upsets me, it bothers me. I love this area, but I better enjoy it while I can. Oh, and there's a mound there. And can you see something in this picture? Because I did, and I zoomed in on it, and there we have a strange looking bird, And I don't know if it's in mid-flight, like an owl would be, or if it's some kind of a stork standing there. I also found this interesting group of rocks in Mastodon Valley, and this was also a group of rocks where I found several of the circles that have been carved out by ancient man. And I thought it was interesting. This group of rocks had this opening under there that looks like water could have flown through. It almost looks man-made or something. And then on the rock, I found this that looks like it might be art of some sort of an animal, a four-legged animal. It's possible. And then on this rock, it's possible that this is also art. There's like a man's face right there, possibly. All right, well, thank you for watching this episode of Cryptic Cryptids, where I explored the Quartz Mine Cave and Tunnel. Hemet has a huge underground, and there's a lot of different signs of it, and this is just another one that points out Hemet's extensive underground. And I'll get more into that later. And on the next episode, I'm really excited because I want to study the Tartarian society and the mud flood. All right, well, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell. Thanks for watching. Bye.